Where there's a will, there's an A. Grade school. Techniques work like magic, if you work them. 1 in 3 American adults cannot read. Use of wrong tools impairs learning. Axe sledgehammer example of right tool to cut down tree. Mathematics. People believe what you tell them. Math is hard, his example. Write clearly, align columns, copy numbers accurately. Precision improves grades. 2,000 years to develop math. Take math one day at a time. Numbers are all around us. We may as well get good at numbers. Use math at stores. Can example. Make math fun. Math is hard is a myth. Math is a psychological problem. Most 8th graders can't solve two-step problems. 93%. Henry Ford quote, self-fulfilling prophecy. 12 to 14 principles solve 70 to 80% of all math science problems. First graders are taught 0 is nothing. 3rd graders are taught 0 is a placeholder. 5th graders are taught 0 is a number. This can confuse students. Math builds on itself. Example, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. Math must be learned step by step. Missing one class will impair learning math. Class example with missed classes is a math problem. Being in room with children helps supports them. Encouragement is important, especially for children. How children learn math. Reading, 10%, hearing, 20%, seeing, 30%, seeing and hearing, 50%, talking, 70%, talking and handling, 90%. Make math visible, concrete. Myth. Math is just for boys. Surprise your daughter with a mechanical toy. Myth. Shouldn't count on fingers. Spend more time on math. Algebra is a series of riddles. We can simplify math. 12 over 24 equals 1/2. Geometry was created for engineering. Challenge children. Difficult to learn if things are too easy. Tennis example. Working together forms bonds which are good. Consult teacher when needed. Teachers love to teach. Use library resources or different books. Consider a student teacher. Learning. Study when concentration is at a peak. Study in short bursts. Study less and learn more. Information sets during intervals. Breaks. Both sides of brain are important. Left logical, right creative. Left brain, writing, science, math, chess, computer, lyrics. Right brain, dreamer, movies, remembers faces, physical games, melody, piano. Get children interested in left-right brain or non-dominant side. Visual learner learns best by seeing. Hearing learner learns best by tapes and videos. Mobile learner, buddy system learner, learns best with tutor, help, etc. Operative learner learns best by acting out. Informal learner, sound learner learns best with noise and background. Pushing is not very effective unless someone else does it for you. Piano story of example of motivation. Psyched into learning. Reading group story about expectation and psyching. 500 pounds and 4-minute mile. Expectation and psyching example. Psychological barriers are in the mind. Balancing right, left brain is crucial. Reading. The best way to be a good reader is to read. Gender bias has impact on reading and grades in the USA. Read actively by writing down questions for a test. Warm up and get into the mood. Think about subject before reading. Imagery. Use questions after headings and subheadings of chapters. 75% to 90% of learning is visual. 15% of students have vision issues. Reading technique of whole in paper to focus on one word at a time. Read to your child. Provide interesting reading material. Hurry child syndrome applies to life too. Many of math and science issues stem from impaired reading. Suitable reading per minute. Science, 100 words. History, 200 words. Fiction, 250 words. Skimming, 500 words. Comprehension is more important than speed. Doctors and lawyers read methodically or slow for full comprehension. Spelling. The secret to spelling is reading. Use the dictionary. Learning differences. food, motivation, the teacher, all impact learning. Avoid too much sugar. Encourage a hot breakfast. Slow progressions are best for change. Increase physical activity. Diet and nutrition and physical activity affect learning. Parent report card, similar to your USA Wrestling questionnaire. Fears and stress. Parents think children are afraid of surgery, new baby, dentist, getting lost, losing an eye. Children are afraid of being different. Principal's office, lowered self-esteem, being ridiculed. Children would like to have you listen. Children are afraid of bullies. Learning and demonstrating self-defense impacts people. Your interest and attention builds confidence. Names have impact on people. Composition in names, example of same content and different names. Names can cause ridicule or stress. Laughing is good medicine. Endorphins are the brain's natural painkillers. Create psychological advantages. Good strokes helps you accomplish things. Bad strokes lingers. When test taking, remember lucky pen. Speeches, fear of forgetting and everyone is looking at me. Talk about things you are interested in with props. Props can hide notes and take focus off you or crowd. Background music eases stress while studying. Sleep affects stress level. Prop up feet to get oxygen back to brain. Breathe deeply to increase oxygen back to brain. Eat something sweet to increase blood sugar. Small meals versus big meals before studying. Sleeping pills reduce recall by about 10%. Relaxation, meditation, imagery, self-talk alleviate stress and depression. Go over directions with child to reduce stress. Contact teacher if you need help. Praise quality work. Writing. Typing versus typewriters. Quality work is habit forming. Content is affected by appearance. Two major components of papers, quality and appearance. Blue Book example of appearance versus quality. Erasable pens for written hand essay tests. Appearance affects impressions. Why not start now? 5 steps for writing. Outline, topic sentences, list subtopics, leave space, fill in space, reformat, edit, write short paragraphs, check grammar and spelling. Read aloud. Neatness will increase grades. Studying smart. Studying smart means using the right techniques. Time and effort doesn't necessarily get results. Interval training, interval studying. Mark only if you do not know with Post-its. Go over till you know, throw away Post-it note. Warm up before you study. Squeeze fists, tighten all muscles, relax, take deep breath. Imagine what you are going to study. Repeat, I can do it. Persistence pays off. I'll give it all I got. Mothers never give up on you. Evidence is you are walking. Study hard for the first week. Try to get an A on the first test. This sets standard, especially for competitive kids. Recognize your child's biological clock. Body temperature, metabolism are all increased by biological clock. Early bird, night owl, or normal. Vince Lombardi quote, I do expect excellence. Stress excellence over perfection. Lean forward, concentration example, with breaking chalk. Whenever possible, sit up front. Test taking. Suggest trial test questions to warm up. Remember that lucky pen. Ask teacher about unclear questions. Teachers want to help. Never leave questions blank. Draw diagrams for difficult questions. Often, answer may come out of picture. Stick with hunches. 2/3 of hunches are correct. Every once in a while, 1/3 answer changes are right. Cross out matching choices. This avoids rereading same answer. Review the morning of the test. Short-term memory works in the morning. If child fails, does poorly on first test, encourage them to be persistent. You'll eventually succeed if you are persistent. Memory. Our memory is excellent. Our recall needs assistance. Rote memory takes a lot of time. Linking memory method is much more effective. Linking either with a story or a known fact with another known fact. Mercury was holding a thermometer and handed the thermometer to Lady Venus. Lady Venus was looking across at Earth, and Earth was looking up at Mars. Mars noticed that Jupiter was a giant. Jupiter was looking at the sun. The sun is an acronym for Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Wearing a hat looks at Pluto. Learn how to operate your perfect memory. Acronym, HOMES, is another linking method, as is SCUBA, self-contained breathing apparatus. Science. Chemical changes take place when we learn. Blush, riding bike, songs, ABCs, numbers are all examples of chemical changes we've all undergone. Brain and muscles have memory. More PhDs are foreign now. Encourage science. That is Mr. Wizard TV show, Nova TV show, Pop Science magazine, highlights, books. Maps and globes are helpful for learning too. Languages. 3% of students are fluent in foreign languages. 1/3 of new jobs are due to foreign trade. Study languages in short bursts. Get into languages by getting magazines, traveling, Facebook and Twitter so that you can be pen pals. You're never too young to start a foreign language. Note-taking. Write in keywords versus sentences. Take notes like you think. Identify key ideas in class. Usually there are 6 to 8 key ideas per class. Study with possible test questions in mind. Clue. What teacher puts on board is important. Clue. Listen for obvious statements. Example. This is important. Another example. Oh, incidentally. This phrase may happen at beginning or end of class. View notes immediately after class. Listen, write, read, review. Trouble learning. Example. Listen in class. Notes in class. Review right after class. Parent, teacher, school, homeschooling. Parent-teacher contact improves grades. Teachers are more apt to help interested families. Children are more apt to learn if parents are involved. One person can do things in our system. Book example of Saving Money by Professor Olney. Goal getting. Actually doing it. Always write down goals. Let your child set goals. Why not start early? Celebrate goal achievements. All your children needs is your belief in them. Expectation and faith and support go a long way.